Okay, so let's try to answer these questions for encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism and abstraction. चलो पहले what question देखते हैं. So what is encapsulation? It is a process of data and methods together as a single unit. It is called as encapsulation. Why do we use encapsulation? So we use encapsulation because we want to get better control on the data and we make your data secure. So your data is secure. So we do the data hiding, kind of a data hiding we do in case of encapsulation. So your data is hidden. So you access that with the help of public getters and setters. How do we implement encapsulation in Java? We make the data members private and we provide public getters and setters. Okay, perfect. Now, what is inheritance? What is inheritance? Why do we use it and how do we use it? Yes, bolo.
Non-static, non-final and non-private properties from parent class to object. We can say that child class inherit the non-final, non-static or non-private property of parent class.
Correct? Okay. So it is a process of acquiring non-private, non-static, non-final members from one object into another object. That's called as inheritance. And why do we use inheritance? What is the reason? For the code reusability purpose. We use it for the code reusability purpose. Okay. Then, how do we implement inheritance? Correct. So what we do, we define a class, base class, super class, where we define common data, common methods. Then we create a subclass or a child class. How do we create a subclass? We write the child class extends parent class, right? Now we achieve inheritance in two ways, by using extends keyword as well as by implements keyword. By using extends keywords and by using implements keyword. So today we are going to understand implements also, maybe today or tomorrow, but by using extends and implements. So we extend classes and we implement interfaces, right? That's it. Then what is polymorphism? Yeah, go ahead. Correct.
Changing the state of behavior.
Correct. So it's an ability of an object to change its behavior from time to time. So object can change the behavior either at compile time or runtime. Now whenever object changes the compile time, changes the behavior at compile time, it is called as compile time polymorphism. And we achieve that compile time polymorphism using method overloading. So method overloading, we achieve compile time polymorphism, and when object changes the behavior at runtime, that is called as runtime polymorphism, and we achieve runtime polymorphism using method overriding, right? So why do we use polymorphism? We use polymorphism to change the behavior or get the dynamic implementations or get the flexibility for the implementations. So we actually implement these using method overloading and method overwriting. So we get a better code readability because we can define multiple methods with the same name but different signature in case of method overloading. So what is method overloading? Correct. So this is a method definition, right? Now this thing is called as method signature. This is called as method signature. This is method name. This is return type, and this is the modifier, and this is access specifier. So what is method overloading? So this time I don't have parameters. So defining multiple methods with the same name but different signature. Either number of parameters should change or type of parameter should change. So here there are one parameter, 0 parameter. Now I can write one more method. We can. So this takes only one parameter, this takes array. I can write one more method. Main, I can write int a. So defining multiple methods with the same name but different signature, it is called as method overloading. And remember, we can overload private, static and final methods. We can overload. Can we overload main method also? Yes, we can overload main method also. Simple. Then what is method overriding? What is method overriding? So I have a class, let's say parent class, and there I have a method, let's say void display. So this method, let's say accept some numbers int a and b. So this method as it is, I write it system.out.println. So this prints a and b. So this is the method I have. Then I create a child class. How do I create a child class? Class child extends parent, and there I write this int a and b, and I write something here. Child class, and there I can print this one. B. So this process, what I did. Now this is method overloading or method overriding? Overriding. So defining a method in the subclass with the same name, same signature, same return type and same access specifier also. Same or more relaxed access specifier. Now it is nothing means it is default. So I can write default, or you can make it as protected, or I can make it public also. Now if it is public here, then we don't have any option. We don't have any other option. So it should be, or it must be public. So this process is called as method overriding. Now if I remove this, now what is this? Now this process is called as method overloading. Same method name but different signature in the subclass. So this is also one of the example of method overloading. And if I keep the signature same, this is now method overriding. So method overriding happens in two classes. Method overriding happens in two classes, that is in the subclass. Override करना मतलब कुछ अलग से लिखना. So child class is not happy with the method which is provided by the parent class. So he is doing the override. Override मतलब he don't want that method from the parent class. He wants his own implementation. For that purpose he is overriding. ठीक है. Now this is a concrete class. This is also concrete method, right? चलो. Let's come back. Now what is abstraction that we have seen yesterday? Can someone tell me what is abstraction? Hiding the implementation details and exposing the functionality. And how do we achieve abstraction? Correct. So we achieve abstraction using two concepts, abstract class and interfaces. So what it is, if someone is asking, it is a process of hiding implementation details and exposing the functionality. And how to achieve? So we achieve or implement, we implement abstraction using abstract class or interfaces. So there is a very favorite interview question lined up on this particular area. What is abstract class? What is abstract method? What all things we can write inside the abstract class? Can we create object of abstract class? how to call the constructor of abstract class, how to access the members of abstract class, how to use abstract class methods, what is the use, how do we implement that, what is the difference between abstract class interface, what is interface, why do we need interface, so why interfaces is provided when abstract classes are there. There is a long list of questions you can have on this particular area. So please focus on this area where your most of the interview questions will be on this area only. Okay? So we achieve abstraction using abstract class or interface. Then we talk about the abstract class. What is abstract class? It is a class created with abstract modifier. It is a class created with a abstract modifier.
Here I doubt on one question. If in encapsulation we have private members, right? And then we use them in the in the methods, etc. Then we get those methods in another class.
Hmm.
Is it another word for
Yes, so it is a combination of data hiding and abstraction. Yes,
methods without any order?
correct. Hmm. We can do private methods, but if you want to access private methods, you can access only within the same class. So we don't get private members in the subclass, right? So we get what the definition, as we said, non-private, non-final, and non-static members. Abstraction, we cannot have the abstract methods as private, yes, because abstract methods are meant for giving override in the subclass. So that method should be accessible from the child class. So abstract, final, abstract, static, abstract, private, these are opposite words. You cannot use them together. So abstract means incomplete, final means complete. So we cannot use abstract final together. We cannot use abstract static together. We cannot use abstract private together. So these are, you can think of as opposite words. Yeah, any other doubt? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So see here, now simply encapsulation you can think of this way. Uh, if you observe any capsule, medical capsule, so it is kind of a wrapper only. It is kind of a wrapper only around. So what we have inside that related content inside that particular. So similarly, so in capsule means we are trying to, now you think this way. Now we have a bank account and inside that we have multiple fields, customer ID, account number, balance. So we have related methods also, set balance, get balance, set customer ID, get customer ID. So these methods are working on that particular data. So what methods we have? We have set of methods which are useful to set or get the values which are there in the particular class, private members. So it is kind of, think of this way. I want to get a better control on the data. Instead of directly accessing the data, now I am accessing through the public setters. So you can have a control example, I cannot have age of any person as negative. So you can have a check in that this particular age should be greater than 0, then only you will assign. So you get a better control. So encapsulation you can think this way. There we are doing better for the data. We are trying to safeguard your data. We are trying to get a better control on your data. So we are talking about data hiding in case of encapsulation. Correct. See here. So why do we like this is the independent object we have. This is an independent object we have. Let's say we have one class and we have a set of some members which are private and some getters and setters. So the private members will not be part of subclass. They will not be part of subclass. They will be a part with that particular parent class object only. If you want to access that, you cannot do that. So this is just to safeguard the object's state. So let's say I have a bank account and I do not want to set the values directly. Let's say account number equal to some assignment, some value. I don't want, because the value should be as per expected criteria. It should not be negative. It should not contain either thing. So which should be having some criteria. For that purpose, we have these public setters. So you cannot mix these two things. So inheritance is something we use. Now think of this way, the use of each concept. So what we are trying to achieve with encapsulation, what we are doing, think in a larger picture. So we are actually safeguarding our data. In inheritance, what we are doing, the public data or whatever the exposed data, we are trying to reuse. We are trying to reuse the code in the subclass. That is code reusability. Polymorphism, what we are doing, we are trying to add additional functionality. We are adding multiple methods, we are adding multiple functionality. So whatever the member or whatever the method is there in the parent class, that method I do not want. That's the reason child class overrides the method. He wants his version of the method. Now let's say the parent class is sending the message with the, let's say, email. Now the child class do not want to send the message with the email, he wants to send the message with the WhatsApp. So he will not use that method. What he will do, he will override the method and he will write the logic that he will send the message with the help of WhatsApp. Getting my point? So we have first place, we have data hiding, then code reusability, and third, adding the more functionality, adding more behaviors, adding more features. Then lastly we have abstraction. So abstraction, now I want to just tell them what is the functionality, but I don't want to tell them how it is working. So if you see here, abstraction, we are just giving the glimpse. We are just giving the glimpse what it has. I am not, now let's say you come for the any course inquiry. You just ask me, what is the content? What is the content? Do I teach you at the moment directly there itself? No. So I just give you the functionality that this is what we are going to cover. And once we actually do that, that is implementation. So initially I do not expose the entire code itself. You can think this way. अभी आप कोई ATM से पैसे निकाल रहे हो विड्रॉ करके, आप बस पैसे विड्रॉ कर रहे हो. You know the functionality, but how it is working behind the scene आपको पता है क्या? पिन कैसे वैलिडेट होता है, किसके अकाउंट से वैलिडेट होता है, ये लॉजिक आपको किसी को नहीं पता है. बट स्टिल यू आर यूजिंग दैट. कार ड्राइव करते हो आप लोग, आप बस ड्राइव करते हो, गियर शिफ्टिंग होता है, लेकिन बिहाइंड द सीन क्या फिजिक्स चल रहा है, क्या मैथ्स चल रहा है, आपको पता है क्या? कुछ नथिंग. कैसे पावर जनरेट हो रहा है आपको पता है क्या? नहीं पता है. यू डू नॉट नो दैट. बट स्टिल वी नाउ एवरी इन रियल वर्ल्ड ऑल्सो वी आर एक्सपोज टू फंक्शनलिटी. We don't know the how it is working. They don't tell you the physics, everything around that. In the programming also, sometimes what happens? User wants to send the message. Okay, send the message, but don't ask me how I am sending the message. I will help you send the message. That's fine, but don't ask me how I am sending this. Right? So this is the functionality in programming. A lot of ways we just need to tell them how is not important, what it is. So that case we go with the abstraction. समझ में आ रहा है? ठीक है. चलो let's come back. Navdeep, I hope I am able to clear your doubt. Yeah. ठीक है. Let's give some time. It will have your let the concept digest. You will have more clarity over the time. You will have more scenarios. You will cover up in coming sessions also. Yeah. So abstract class, abstraction means you try to hide something. What we are trying to hide? Implementation. In encapsulation, what we are trying to hide? Data. So there we are hiding data, here we are hiding the methods, implementations. In inheritance, we are reusing the code. And in polymorphism, we are adding more functionality. We are adding more functionality. Right? There was one famous meme going around, oops concepts. I hope you may get some oops concept meme. There was something, I think I have seen that. Images, right? No. There was something.
In Java, what Java English India.
There was one meme actually, there was running. Okay. Anywhere you go, they will be talking about data heading. You can completely encapsulate a member, be it a variable or a method in Java by using the private keyword, and you can even achieve a lesser degree of encapsulation in Java by using other access modifiers like protected or public. It's just like a enolep. Letters can be either personal or non-personal, but by encapsulating we can protect the letters of our GF from others. Okay, ये कुछ अलग ही है. So अलग में था यार. I was no. ठीक है, no worries, that's fine. चलो, I will get that meme next time. So अभी abstraction मतलब we are hiding method implementation, encapsulation मतलब we are hiding data. So how we are hiding data? Making the data private and providing public getters and setters. How we hide the method implementation? By using abstract keyword. So can I use abstract keyword with variables? No. We cannot use abstract keyword for the variables. Abstract keyword is applicable only for class and methods. Remember, abstract keyword is applicable only for abstract is only applicable for class and methods. Okay, so we have already covered up that yesterday. I will try to. Chalo, a full-fledged we'll cover today abstraction and the abstract class entirely. Let's try to do that. So abstraction. Let's try to answer our typical questions. What is abstraction? Once again. It is a process of hiding the implementation details and exposing the functionality. ठीक है. ठीक है. The next, how to implement or achieve abstraction in Java. Let's try to understand this also. We can achieve abstraction in Java using two ways. That is abstract class and interfaces. Remember, using abstract class we can achieve up to 99% abstraction. Using interface we can achieve 100% abstraction. So what is this meaning? I will explain. Why? Since abstract class can have non-abstract methods also. That's the reason. Remember this point? Using interface, we can achieve 100% abstraction since interfaces contain only abstract methods till Java 7. Okay, that's fine. We'll talk about this. How to implement or achieve abstraction in Java? We can achieve abstraction in Java using two ways, using abstract class and interface. Okay. Let's talk about what is concrete method. So it is a method created with method body like this. Example, we already know void display, and this is the method. This is a concrete method. Let's try to understand what is concrete class. You already know this. So it is a class which is created without abstract modifier. It is created without abstract modifier. Concrete class, remember, concrete class cannot have abstract methods. Compulsorily it will have only concrete methods. It will have only concrete methods. So far so good. Okay. Now let's try to understand abstract method. It is a method which is created with abstract modifier and without method body. Example, now I have this method, I use abstract keyword like this, abstract void display, and I write like this, right? Semicolon आता है यहाँ पर, semicolon आता है यहाँ पर. So we have a semicolon. Remember, this is semicolon. This is semicolon. Now we can write, remember, very important, we can define abstract methods only inside the abstract class or an interface. We can't define abstract methods inside the concrete class. Can't define the abstract methods inside the concrete class. Perfect. Next, abstract class. It is a class defined with an abstract modifier. It is a class defined with an abstract modifier. Example, how do we define that? So I write an abstract keyword, abstract class, the class name, let's say class A, like this. Okay. So we can have, remember we have seen we can have empty abstract class. It is not compulsory. It is not compulsory to write abstract methods. We can have empty abstract class. It is not mandatory to write abstract methods. इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि आप abstract class empty रख सकते हो, abstract methods लिखना compulsory नहीं है. हाँ, so we can write all the components from concrete class and abstract methods as well. We can write all the components from concrete class and abstract methods as well. Check. Now, there are a lot of things about the abstract class. We'll see one by one. So you have to remember all of these. Now abstract means, remember, abstract means incomplete. Abstract means incomplete. Now whenever we create an abstract class, we say it's an incomplete class. Even though it does not have anything, we say it's an incomplete class. Since it is a incomplete class, remember we cannot create the object of an abstract class or an interface also. आप इंटरफेस या abstract class का ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं बना सकते हो, even though it is empty. We cannot create the object of an abstract class or an interface. क्यों नहीं क्रिएट कर सकते? क्योंकि हमने वहां पे abstract लिखा है, मतलब आपने बोल दिया कि ये incomplete है. ठीक है. A lot of people will ask you regarding the abstract class. So what it is, why do we use it? Okay, so it is incomplete class, we cannot create the object. Then if you are not able to create the object of a class, then how do I use that? What is the use of this class? What is the question next? How to execute the constructor of an abstract class. क्या क्वेश्चन है कि कोई कंस्ट्रक्टर है एक क्लास के अंदर और वो क्लास है abstract क्लास, मतलब एक abstract क्लास के अंदर एक कंस्ट्रक्टर है, तो उसे कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे हम? समझ में आ रहा है आपको मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? मेरे पास एक abstract क्लास है, उसके अंदर एक कंस्ट्रक्टर है, तो मुझे वो कंस्ट्रक्टर एग्जीक्यूट करना है. बट आपको पता है abstract क्लास का आप ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो कंस्ट्रक्टर कैसे कॉल होगा फिर? परफेक्ट. हमने कल ये एग्जाम्पल भी हमने कल देखा था. सॉरी,
How to execute constructor of an abstract class. होता जब abstract class empty है.
तो abstract क्लास एम्प्टी हुआ तो कंस्ट्रक्टर कैसा होगा उसके अंदर, मतलब क्वेश्चन ये सिंपल, ये देखो अभी ये abstract क्लास है, उसके अंदर ये कंस्ट्रक्टर है, मुझे ये कंस्ट्रक्टर एग्जीक्यूट करना है। आपको पता है इस क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं क्रिएट कर सकते आप। अभी लेट्स से इफ आई ट्राई टू क्रिएट ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ पेरेंट इक्वल टू न्यू पेरेंट, आपको एग्जांपल देखो यहाँ पर पेरेंट इज एब्स्ट्रैक्ट, कैनॉट बी इंस्टेंशिएटेड। कैनॉट बी इंस्टेंशिएटेड मतलब इस क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट आप नहीं बना सकते, तो फिर आप ये कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल नहीं होगा, फिर क्या करोगे आप क्या करोगे, फिर चाइल्ड क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट बनाओगे, दैट्स इट। तो चाइल्ड क्लास का कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल होगा, 0 पैरामीटर्स, यहाँ पे ये लाइन नहीं भी लिखा होगा तो अभी ये कंस्ट्रक्टर कौन सा कॉल होगा, पेरेंट क्लास का। तो आप जैसे ही एग्जीक्यूट करोगे तो आपका कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल होगा चाइल्ड का, चाइल्ड से कॉल होगा आपका पेरेंट का। तो दिस हाउ यू कॉल द कंस्ट्रक्टर ऑफ अ एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास। ये समझ में आ रहा है? ठीक है नवीन। Correct. So we have a separate concrete child class. No, we cannot. Then we don't have any option. We don't have any option. So we cannot call the constructor of that because we cannot create the object. Simple as that. If you are not able to call the object, if you are not able to create the object, then you cannot call the constructor. Right? तो आपको ऑप्शन आपके पास एक ही है, सब क्लास बनाओ, चाइल्ड क्लास बनाओ और उसका ऑब्जेक्ट बना दो आप। Correct, correct. So that's why we have seen the hierarchy: inheritance, then polymorphism, then abstraction. To implement abstraction, we need inheritance also. We need inheritance also. To implement polymorphism, we need inheritance. Similarly, to implement abstraction, we need inheritance also. ठीक है? चलो, so how do I write this? So we create the subclass object, then call the subclass constructor. From subclass constructor there will be call to the superclass constructor. ठीक है। Next question: how to access members of an abstract class? ये क्वेश्चन भी सिमिलर है, मतलब आप abstract क्लास के अंदर बहुत सारे वेरिएबल्स है। नाउ आई हैव सम मेंबर्स इन दिस पर्टिकुलर पेरेंट क्लास। ओके, so let me add some variables. Int a equal to 100, int b equal to let's say 200, and this is static. This is static. Similarly, I have method void display, or maybe I can write m1. This is the method from and this is static method void m2, and this is static method from parent in class m2. ठीक है, मेथड इज m2। सिंपल। अभी मुझे ये वेरिएबल एक्सेस करना है, ये भी वेरिएबल एक्सेस करना है, दिस मेथड आल्सो, दिस आल्सो। कैसे करेंगे? स्टैटिक मेंबर एक्सेस करना तो आपको पता है, स्टैटिक मेंबर्स। डू यू नीड टू क्रिएट ऑब्जेक्ट? डू यू नीड टू क्रिएट ऑब्जेक्ट? नो। सो हाउ डू आई डू दैट? सिंपल, parent dot a, similarly parent dot parent dot b, ये है आपका स्टैटिक। देन parent dot m2 मेथड। ऐसे आपने स्टैटिक मेंबर्स एक्सेस किया। इंस्टेंस मेथड इंस्टेंस मेंबर्स किसका ऑब्जेक्ट? परफेक्ट। आपको क्या करना है, चाइल्ड क्लास का रेफरेंस बना के यहाँ पर देखो, तो आप यूज करोगे चाइल्ड क्लास का रेफरेंस, सो चाइल्ड डॉट ए and similarly child dot m1. So this is how we access the members of a abstract class. देखो यहाँ पर कंस्ट्रक्टर, फिर उसके बाद 100 एंड m1 मेथड, फिर उसके बाद 200, ये वाला आपका स्टैटिक, एंड दिस इज योर इंस्टेंस एंड दिस इज कंस्ट्रक्टर. Create the object of, to access, simple, to access static members, what we do, we can access with the class name. That's it, simple, nothing fancy. स्टैटिक मेंबर से तो क्लास नेम से एक्सेस करो, ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करने की जरूरत ही नहीं. टू एक्सेस इंस्टेंस मेंबर्स, व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी क्रिएट child class object reference, child class object, and using that reference we can access the members. I hope you remember this. ठीक है. So what is abstract class? So what all things we can write inside the abstract class? Can we create object of an abstract class? Answer is no. How to execute the constructor of an abstract class? How to access members of abstract class? Clear on this? ये clear है सबको? ठीक है. Now very important, अभी लेट से पेरेंट क्लास ये हमारा abstract क्लास है. इसके अंदर अगर मैं कोई मेथड लिख रहा हूँ void m3 और मुझे इसे इनकम्प्लीट बनाना है, सो आई हैव रिटन abstract void m3. Now if you go to child class, now parent class has m3 method that is inherited in the concrete child class. That's why your child class is now crying. Now what we have, अभी क्या प्रॉब्लम है, सबको समझ में आया क्या प्रॉब्लम है? पेरेंट क्लास के पास कौन सी मेथड है? एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड है. अभी वो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड कहाँ पे इनहेरिट हुई है? कॉन्क्रीट क्लास. तो कॉन्क्रीट क्लास के अंदर आपने क्या ट्राई किया? एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड ऐड करने का, तो प्रॉब्लम आएगा ना. इफ यू ऐड अ एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड इनसाइड कॉन्क्रीट क्लास यू विल गेट अ कंपाइल टाइम एरर. तो वही आ रहा है आपको, क्योंकि एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड कहाँ से आ रहा है? पेरेंट क्लास से चाइल्ड क्लास में. तो अभी आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? सिंपल, उसे ओवरराइड करो. How do I override? m3 method. So I have overridden this method. तो यहाँ पे आप लिखो m3 method overridden. ठीक, कैसे कॉल करोगे आप इसे? सिंपल, चाइल्ड डॉट m3. मेथड किसकी है? चाइल्ड क्लास की. हाँ, ओवरराइड किया, राइट. तो मेथड किसकी कॉल होगी? चाइल्ड क्लास की. सो लेट्स ट्राई टू राइट दिस आल्सो. Inheritance, how inheritance works? How inheritance works for abstract class? Whenever one concrete class extends another abstract class. Remember what we are doing? One concrete class extends another abstract class. Whenever one concrete class extends another abstract class, then it is compulsory for the child concrete class to override all the abstract methods from parent class. I hope you remember this. Check. And similarly, whenever one abstract class extends another abstract class, then it is optional. It is optional for the child concrete class, for the child abstract class to override all the abstract methods from parent class. It is optional. Remember, I said optional and compulsory. When it is compulsory, when one concrete class extends another abstract class, then it is compulsory. Then one abstract class extends another abstract class, then it is optional for the child class to override all the abstract methods. It is optional. I hope you remember this. Simple. Okay, let's come back. Now I have a class A, and there I make it as abstract. Okay. Correct. 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 It is optional, I said. Optional. Because, you tell me, because one concrete class extends abstract class, then whatever the members are there from the abstract class will be part of child class, that is concrete class. So the concrete class rule says ki we cannot have the abstract methods. So why it is called as concrete? Because it will have only concrete methods. So he cannot accommodate abstract methods. But in case of abstract class, both are abstract. Both are abstract. So it is optional for the child class, because he can also contain same method. He can also contain abstract methods. Right? What I'm saying, let me explain that one more time. So I have a class A, and there I have defined a method abstract void m1. ठीक है. Now I create class B. Class B extends A. ठीक है. And I have written nothing. Now if I say I do not get any error. Why? Because this A and B both are abstract classes. A and B both are abstract classes. So B class also can contain abstract methods. But the moment I remove the abstract keyword, what happens now? You get a compile time error. Why? Because you are getting the abstract members into the concrete class. So you will get compile time error. But the moment I make this as abstract, now you can have the abstract method as it is, but if you want, you can override that also. So it is optional. It is optional. It is optional. Yes, if you want, we can do that. M1 method overridden in B class.
Declare this method as a static method in the parent class. Can we do that abstract static, sir?
Okay, let me write that also. So abstract static. So we cannot use, let me write this separately. So remember, so we cannot use static, then private and final keywords with abstract. So we cannot use these words with the abstract. Now let me tell you that. Now this method is abstract, and if I try to write final, you will get compile time error. If I make this as static, you will get compile time error. If I make this as private, you will get compile time error. So these three keywords you can think of as opposite to abstract. Now why private is not allowed? Why final is not allowed? Why static is not allowed? Because final means complete, and final, if I use it on a method, what will happen? Final means we cannot override, and abstract means it is meant for giving override. Abstract says you have to override this, and final says don't override. So either you can make it final or we can make it abstract. So not both together. Then why private is not allowed with the abstract? Because private methods will not be accessible for the subclass. So we cannot override. But abstract methods are meant for giving override. So we have to override abstract methods. So if you want to override abstract methods, then this method should be non-private, right? And then static. So static belongs to the, so we cannot override static methods. We can overload static methods, but we cannot override static methods because they belong to the class. They belong to the parent class. So we cannot override static methods. We cannot override private methods. We cannot override final methods. But we can overload all of them. Okay. Okay. So I have this M1 method here, and I have overridden this here. I have M2 method also, M3 method also. Okay. Now I create a child class C, extends B, and if I remove this, now if you see here, C class extends B, B class extends A. Now C is a concrete class. C is a concrete class. So you tell me how many methods C class has to override.
Everything of A and B.
But in B class, M1 method is already overwritten.
Okay. So
Now it is which method we have to compulsorily override? M2 and M3. M2 and M3. We have to override M2 and M3. Now if I remove this method M1 override here, what will happen? Now C again got with inheritance M1 in N2 M3. So we have to override M1 also here. See here. Perfect. Okay. Now you are able to understand this, right? I hope. What I will do, I will keep the method here itself M1 and M2 here. So I will write M2. So what M2 method? This M2 method from C class, and this is also from C class. M3 method from C class. Okay. Now I hope you remember that we have what we have seen last session. Now I cannot create object of A and B. Then I have to create object of C. But can I write AC equal to new C? Can I write?
child object.
I hope you remember this. Child class object, child class reference. child class object, parent class reference, child class object, grandparent. This is also parent? Yes. Simple? Okay. Now you tell me, with this reference, what things I can access? What all things I can access? And with this reference, what all things I can access?
So with C, everything get accessed.
With C,
Everything.
everything we can access. C dot M1, C dot M2, and C dot M3. Perfect. Everything will be from the child class. Now, what about this? Hmm? What all methods we can access with this reference? B method, B class में कौन कौन सी methods हैं? M1, M2 and M3. C class में M2 and M3. ठीक है. तो M1 मेथड कौन सी कॉल होगी? B क्लास की. और यहाँ पर अभी दूसरे इस केस में B C इक्वल टू न्यू C. इस केस में कौन सी मेथड्स कॉल कर सकते हैं आप? M1, कैन वी कॉल M1? कहाँ से कॉल होगी वो? M2, C. पर B क्लास में तो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है ही नहीं ना, एरर तो नहीं आएगा, बट BC डॉट M1, BC डॉट M2, BC dot M3. So we can access everything. Now what about this? Perfect. AC say we can only access M1. Why? Because M2 किधर है? M2 है क्या इधर? नहीं है. So you'll get compile time error. Perfect. Simple. A क्लास में कौन सी मेथड है? M1. C क्लास में M2, M3, M1 तीनों है इसके पास तीनों है. तो आप इसका रेफरेंस यूज करके आप क्या कर सकते हो? बस M1. क्यों? क्योंकि M1 ही है A के पास. M2, M3 है क्या? नहीं है. तो एक्सेस कर सकता है क्या? नहीं. BC इक्वल टू न्यू C. इसके पास क्या क्या है? तीनों है. अगर मैं इससे क्या करता हूं, अभी देखो, A के पास M1, B के पास M2 एंड M1. अभी यहाँ पे आपको एरर आ रहा होगा. क्यों? B के पास नहीं.
C के पास है, B के पास नहीं.
परफेक्ट. B के पास नहीं है, C के पास है, तो ये एक्सेस नहीं होगा. So you need to have a very solid foundation on the inheritance to understand this.
तो ये वाला एकदम सिंपल है.
ये वाला सिंपल है, राइट?
क्योंकि ये चाइल्ड है, जो बच्चा है वो अपने पिताजी दादी को कुछ नहीं देता. जो पिताजी है वो अपने पास है तो यूज करेगा, बच्चे को कुछ नहीं मिलेगा उसको.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट,
दादाजी जो है वो बेचारा साइकिल अपनी लाइफ में नहीं देगा.
करेक्ट. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया सबको? ठीक है, परफेक्ट. ऑनलाइन? या ओके. जयराज, वैभव? ओके, ठीक है. So I hope you are all clear with all this, all the permutation combinations. I hope you are clear. Remember this part, this is very important. Now remember, there is one more part which we have to remember about abstract class. What is that? Can you achieve multiple inheritance with the help of abstract class?
Yes.
Can we extend more than one abstract classes? C class A. C class extends B. Can I extend one more class A? No. So multiple inheritance is not possible with the abstract classes. We cannot have multiple parent classes. So remember, we cannot achieve multiple inheritance with abstract classes. With abstract classes. Clear on this part? ठीक है. Simple. So let's deep dive into questions on the interview question of the abstract class in Java interview questions. Chalo. We'll try some questions. Okay, chalo. Let's talk about this. An abstract class in Java can be created using the abstract keyword. We can do that with the help of abstract keyword. So answer should be C. Answer is C. Now to create an abstract class, the keyword class is also required. Yes, we need a class keyword also, right? We write abstract class and the keyword. That is true. Answer is true. Can you create an object from an abstract class in Java? Answer is no. Can you create object? No. So answer is, which is the opposite of abstract class? Perfect. Choose a correct implementation of an abstract class in the below Java code. So is this correct?
No.
Why?
Semicolon.
Why semicolon? Where do we need semicolon?
Class.
Abstract class, class A. That's it. We can have empty abstract class. Yes. Abstract class, class B. Abstract method, void method, and semicolon. That's fine. Abstract class, class C, void method, and we are able to write this. So we can write concrete methods also. So answer is all of the above. Perfect. An abstract class in Java usually contains one or more Can we have abstract constructors? Variables? No. So abstract keyword. Now I told you what is definition of constructor. What is definition of constructor? A constructor which has same name as of your class name without return type, without access modifier. So a constructor cannot have the modifier. So we cannot use abstract keyword for the constructor. We cannot use abstract keyword for the variables. So answer should be methods. The answer is B. Okay. Does the below Java code with abstract method will compile? Yes, no?
No, concrete.
So this class is a concrete class and there you are trying to write abstract method. So answer is no. Okay. Chalo. What is the output of the below program? So we have abstract class coffee, there we have constructor, then cold coffee extends coffee, and there is a constructor of cold coffee. Then we have a testing class, there you have main method, and you created an object of cold coffee equal to new cold coffee. So child class का object create किया आपने. So you created child class object. So what will happen? Which constructor you will call? Cold coffee. So you will get the cold coffee. But before that there is invisible line. What is that? Call to the super class constructor. So first of all what it will print? Inside constructor of coffee, then cold coffee. So answer should be inside constructor of coffee and inside constructor of cold coffee. So answer should be B. Perfect. What is the output of the below Java program with an abstract class? Perfect. So we cannot make abstract and final together. Either final or you can make it abstract. So you'll get compile time error straightforward. You'll get compilation error. You cannot use keyword final before an abstract class. The classes declared with the final keyword cannot be subclassed or inherited. So the final keyword is banned for use with abstract class. What is the output of the below program? Static final float by 3.14. Then how do you call this? Math library.py. Simple. So we access the class members of a abstract class members. How do we access abstract class members? With the class name. Answer will be perfect. What is the output of the below program? So we have class editor, there we have show method which is abstract, then abstract class author, extends, editor, and there we have abstract void print. So both are abstract classes. So one abstract class extends, another abstract class. So it is not compulsory for him to override the abstract method. Then we have class office extends author. So author, office extends author, author extends editor, and editor, both of these are this one. So what we did, we have overdone show method and print method. Perfect. And then we created object of editor ed equal to new office and author au equal to new office. So what will happen? Editor has which method? Show method. Which method you are calling? Show method. So it will execute method. Yes. Here author has print method, so you are calling print method. So it will exactly work. Both the methods will print, show and print. So editor method, which method will be printed? Editor method and author method. That's it. Editor method and author method. Answer will be C. An object of multi-level inherited abstract class cannot be created in memory. State true or false. ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं क्रिएट कर सकते? Yes. Whether it is single level, multi-level, whether one abstract class extends another abstract class, you cannot create the object straightforward. An abstract class with 100% abstract methods is equivalent to interface. Answer is interface. What is the output of the below program? Can we have main method inside the abstract class? Yes. That is a static method. So can we have static method inside the abstract class? Yes. Can we have main method inside the abstract class? Answer is yes. What is the output? Inside the main method. See. Perfect. Choose a correct statement about abstract class. An abstract class can extend another concrete class? Yes. True. An abstract class can extend another abstract class? Yes. An abstract class can implement any number of interfaces? Yes. We can do that. So all of the answer is the true. Choose correct statements about an abstract class. Okay. An abstract class implementing an interface need not implement methods of an interface. It's true statement. We will be learning interfaces, but I will tell you it is a true statement. An abstract class extending another abstract class need not define methods of the superclass abstract. True? Yes, true. The first subclass of an abstract class should define all these abstract methods from inherited from all the interfaces and super abstract class. The answer is true. Yes, answer should be all of the above. Just like interface, you can define constants in abstract class in Java. State true or false. True. Abstract class supports multi-level B, not multiple. It supports multi-level. An abstract class can define Inner abstract class, yes. Inner concrete class, yes. Static methods, yes. All of the above. All of the above. Perfect. Let's talk about method overriding MCQ. ठीक है. What is method overriding? Writing a method in the subclass with the same name of superclass's method. Okay. Mentioning the same return type. The argument list in the method of subclass and the method should have the same. All of the above. Answer is all of the above. Method overriding is useful to add extra functionality or code to a method of a subclass with the same name as the inherited method. Straight true or false? True. Answer is true. We add the extra functionality. It is not mandatory to override all or few methods of a superclass. Straight true or false? True. It is not mandatory. It is not mandatory. If you want, you can. Why should a method be overridden in Java instead of writing a method with a different name? मतलब why should we do a method overriding instead of creating a new method? Large projects heavily depend on inheritance. Okay. The code base refers to the same method with the same name. Same method is executed in different classes of the project. It is not possible to change the method calling code at all occurrence of the project. It may break the whole project. Answer is all of the above. All of the above. The method overloading and method overriding are not the same. True. What is the output? We have a class bus. There we have sitting capacity, a method, and then we have a electric bus extends bus overriding the sitting capacity, and then we have show info method. Then we have another class which contains main method, and then you create object of child class reference, and you call show info. Which method will be called? Show info. Show info will call sitting capacity and this dot sitting capacity. This will call this method only. Subclass sits 2020. Subclass 20. The answer will be D. Perfect. Shall we cover these questions or you will do that? I think you can do that. Perfect. Today, try to go through all